What's good, YouTube? Pursuit of Freedom. Hey, I'm just doing a late trade recap. NVLN Therapeutics. I think there was some news accompanying this little stop push, which I like that I'm doing this in hindsight. The actual day I got in was Friday the 9th. Small gains, nothing big. This is the screenshot from the E-Trade. Gains lost realized up top. Uh, so I got in at 167, out at 188, 21 cents, 79 cents, or $79 gain, 425 shares, $1.67. My sweet spot lately has been looking to be about $1.50 to $2 ish. You know what I'm saying? that's where I've been finding good plays that fit my criteria. That's just me. My strategy is predominantly finding intraday breakouts. Trying to get let's get on out here to the 9th. And let's find why it is I was looking at this thing. So I got my daily chart on the right, intraday 10-minute chart on the left. I got in at 167, one out at 188. And I think this, for me, honestly, was an all-day trade. I think I even actually have I got a time-lapse video of me watching this here trade all day. Now, in actuality, I locked in the game, but to me, it was still a terrible trade. Going back to Yahoo to see if there was any news that accompanied the trade. I think there was. Okay, 10 days ago, which is November the 9th. Biopharmaceutical company. NVLN Therapeutics, a biopharmaceutical company dedicated to developing and commercializing therapies for individuals living with rare diseases. NVLN are the company. Today reported financial results for the third quarter, 9 months ended September 30th, 2018. In a separate press release on November 8th, 2018, it announced its comprehensive business update. So, net loss improving by 50%. Net loss improving by 79% when compared to the same period in 2017. So, their losses, I guess, decrease. Revenues of 14 million in the third quarter of 2018, 8.1 million, or 57% of which were from prescriptions written on the U.S., 0.6 million. Royalty revenue from sales of whatever that is. So you don't need to know the complete news report. They had better earnings than this time last year, right? So the stock monstrously pushed up on the 8th on that news. I was looking for this thing to retest this high that is set, above the 50 EMA, but the price action did not close there. The price action returned all the way down. So just looking at that day opening down here like 74, 75 cents. From there, it pushed all the way up a total of 217%. I think that I noticed this on the 8th as I was looking through stocks to possibly trade. So I figured that there might be some continuation in the next day. What I do like about looking at this thing in hindsight, because I got in on the 9th at about 167. I think I actually held through some pain in this thing too, man. I didn't honor my stop, which is also another reason why this would be a bad trade. I gave this thing some wiggle room. This is 10-minute candle, so for 30 straight minutes, I rolled this pain all the way down to 149 because I'm in I'm in, I think, in this candle right here at 950. Being this is a late trade review, my exact entry time I'm not 100% familiar with, but I do remember riding out this pain in the beginning before this thing finally broke above and reached up here and touched this 193 mark for the first time at 1020 is where I could have got out, which is my predominant strategy, is trying to get out within the first hour of the day. But being that I was off that Friday, I held out and I still ended up missing. I got out in this area right here where it was consolidating in midday, like 130, 130-ish. I got out at 188, as these candles right here actually were topping out at 188. I think I got out in either this candle or this candle right at 188 because these things, it wasn't breaking higher. It wasn't getting back to this 193. Actually, this high over here was 198. And this high over here was 196. Just remembering exactly the amount of tops I missed, the amount of chances I missed of getting out close to $2. So to me, it was a bad trade, even though I still locked in gains. To me, it was a bad trade, because I could have did so much more. See, looking at the previous day, the 8th, this thing reached up and touched 236. So I was expecting the stock to get back above, but this 198 resistance was holding. So as it was consolidating here, I was seeing that, okay, maybe the price action was dying, looking at the volume. Volume was tapering off during that time. All of a sudden, right after I get out, 1:40 in the afternoon, this thing, price action pushed up up to 208. So another 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I could have got out with, another 20 cents in gains. So another $79, $80. So this could have easily been well over $100 trade for me. You know what I'm saying? There's always shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hindsight is 2020. But the part that I do like about my decision in making it just a day trade is look at what happened the next day, the next trading day for this thing on the 12th, Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then now it's finally found a bottom all the way back down at $1. This thing might push up a little bit, so it may be something to play for this next week. But you know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful trade. Being that I got in and out, I didn't hold it no longer than just that day. These 2 days was all that the stock gave. The lead-in trend is already bearish. This stock is beneath all of the major moving averages. So I just happened to catch the last little tip of bullish action before the bears retook over. Now it looks like the bulls want to come down and play again, as I'm going to go ahead and bring my blackout down here, and I'm going to change the color of that to yellow and let it be support down there at 90 cents, which could be looking to be a good buy, being that was no volume on Friday. There was no volume in the stock on Friday. So, this is just a trade recap, but sometimes looking back at trades can generate good ideas for what's to come. I'm going to scroll out, look at the rest of the price action. Get rid of my little bubble there. I'm just trying to look at now. Okay, so it's now back above the volume weighted average price on this 10-minute chart, bottoming down here at 92 cents. So it could be looking like a possible play coming up, support to resistance type play. If it wants to regain or retrace any of this, I'm already at 42% loss from the highs. I'm down 50-something percent. So, it can really retrace and be up quite a bit of percent if it just got back above $1.80. If it got up to $1.30, that'd be a 35% gain. The possibility is there. But I typically look at what's hot on the day. That may not be. That may be something that I might throw a few dollars in and just see if it can do anything at all. If it does anything, it'll be growth. I mean, it really looking like we could be bouncing off that 90 cents area. Who knows? But for me, it was a good trade. Locked in $79 gain, $9 in commission. Turned my $700 account to close to an $800 account. Uh, that was just, happened to be not the best trade. Still works out to be a gain. This is Pursuit of Freedom.